Welcome to this lesson on genotype, a fundamental concept in heredity and genetics. Genotype refers to the genetic makeup of an organism, specifically the combination of alleles it carries. Understanding genotype is essential for grasping how traits are inherited from parents to offspring and how genetic variation occurs in populations. The genotype is the specific combination of alleles that an organism carries for a particular gene or set of genes. Think of it as the genetic blueprint that you inherit from your parents. This blueprint contains instructions encoded in your DNA that determine various characteristics. The genotype represents the actual genetic information present in your cells, regardless of whether those traits are visible or not. To understand genotype, we first need to understand alleles. Alleles are different versions of the same gene that code for variations of a trait. For example, a gene for eye color might have a blue allele and a brown allele. Organisms inherit two alleles for each gene, one from each parent. This pairing of alleles forms the basis of your genotype for that particular trait. There are two main types of genotypes based on the allele combinations. Homozygous genotypes occur when an organism has two identical alleles, represented as A or lowercase. A lowercase a heterozygous genotypes occur when an organism has two different alleles, represented as A lowercase a. These different combinations lead to different expressions of traits. A homozygous dominant genotype contains two dominant alleles for a trait, represented as A. When an organism has this genotype, it will definitely express the dominant trait. For example, in pea plants, T represents the genotype for tall plants. Because both alleles are dominant, the plant will grow tall without exception. A homozygous recessive genotype contains two recessive alleles for a trait, represented as lowercase a. This genotype will express the recessive trait because there is no dominant allele present to mask it. For example, lowercase t represents the genotype for short pea plants. Only when both alleles are recessive will the recessive trait be visible. A heterozygous genotype contains one dominant and one recessive allele, represented as A lowercase a in this case. The dominant allele typically masks the recessive allele, so the organism displays the dominant trait. For example, T lowercase t in pea plants results in tall plants because the dominant tall allele masks the recessive short allele. However, the organism is still a carrier of the recessive trait and can pass it to offspring. It is crucial to distinguish between genotype and phenotype. Genotype refers to the genetic makeup, the actual alleles present in an organism, such as T lowercase t, or lowercase t phenotype, on the other hand, refers to the observable traits that are expressed, such as tall or short. The genotype is the underlying genetic code, while the phenotype is what you can actually see or measure in the organism.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.